beep, 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 beep. His horn went beep, beep, beep. My car went in.
Oh, some of the Chromans come back today. Oh, what's this? Nice shiny new parts. There's the badge. Check that out. There we go. It's the rims. Gonna look great when they're on the car.
Right, we're in February now.
You have to say when it is every single time, you know.
I do, I need to tell you what time of the year it is.
February.
No, you don't. No one knows it. How do you know what month? It doesn't say, does it? This is February.
It was February when you when we sprayed before as well.
I thought stick a bit of paint on the floor now, give it plenty of chance to dry before we start crawling inside. Got a nice sunny day again, can't be bad. Happy days. Yeah, we thought we'd give the Rust-Oleum a try. I usually use the smooth Hammerite. That's my favourite, so I've used that for years, but people reckon this is better, so certainly going on well.
Get it all nice and thick.
Right, we've just found out that the number plates are quite expensive number plates. It's called Ace, and we've just looked on the internet, and I believe these are like over £200 a pair. So we've dismantled them, taken them to bits, and we're just spraying the letters up now. Couple of coats of etch primer. There you go, there's the white going on. Someone on eBay was actually selling these, each letter second hand, £10 each. There you go. Leave that for half an hour in the sun, and we'll get a couple more coats on.
There you go, looking good. And that's the final result of the number plates. They look absolutely brilliant then. So this is what the windows look like when we got the car. Now this is a clean window, but as you can see, it's quite badly scratched. Okay, and it's like this all over the window. There's quite some bad scratches. The camera can just about pick this up, and again, this is a clean window. It has been washed. Again, the scrub. So show you what it looks like once we've used the wet and dry and the buff and polish on it. Right, so we're starting off with some wet and dry. This is just a bit of soapy water, a bit of hot soapy water in a bucket there. So we're starting off with grade 800, and then we're moving on to 1000, and then on to 1200. And after that, we buff it with some glass polish and a mechanical buffer. So for any of the heavier scratches, we're using 600 grade and just doing it on the spot rather than the whole window. That seems to get most of that out. Right, so if you look closely, you can see once you've been scrubbing it for a while, the wet and dry, you get like this creamy stuff, and obviously that's the actual perspex coming off. So if you're getting that, you know you're actually doing something. And it's just a case of a bit of elbow grease and being patient with it. Bit of a rinse down. Now we finished with the wet and dry. Now it's going to go in the buffer. Like, we worked out that the best way to do this is to actually attach the buffer to the table and move the glass rather than the other way around. So we just tighten the screws up just so that's fixed to the table. Right, so we've got this stuff. I bought this years ago. It's just glass, hard plastic. Well, polish, isn't it really? I suppose it's a very, very, very mild tea cut.
It's probably better out there on the market, but we had this, so we'll give this a go. So far, on one we've done, it's worked very well.
Yeah. Might buy some other stuff, but it seems to be doing the job, so. Right. So, there we go.
Anyway, we actually tried this before. This secret is keep it moving, don't let it go dry.
You got me the whole me in it.
I haven't got your head in, no.
You had him.
I've got your head in, I haven't got the glass in.
No, don't do that. Oh, you're hopeless with this, aren't you?
No, I'm not. All I've got is your mouth and the glass.
Stand back.
Alright. Stand back. Stand still.
Hey, you know, it takes me forever trying to edit all this footage because you're arse around with it. About 4 hours of footage.
Come on, spit it out. Look at him, can't talk, he's got a mouthful of Twix as usual.
Right, now it's just a case of buffing up with a dry, clean cloth. What I'll do in a second, I'll show you a comparison between the window that's been done and the window that hasn't been done. Okay, so this is one of the windows once it's actually been cleaned up. Okay, so as you can see, there's no major scratches in this now. Okay, a lot of what you can see is actually the table underneath, but the window itself is almost perfect now. Yeah, there's scratches you can see they're actually on the table, not the glass. The glass is that clear you can't actually see it now. That's good. So we're on to the last window now. He has been doing a bit of the others during the week. I've come round Saturday again. Top tip. My dad came up with this one. What we've done is we've identified where the scratches are, or the where scratches are, and then we've actually circled them underneath the glass. So that when you wipe over it with the tea cut, you can still see where the scratch is, because obviously what will normally happen is as you're trying to clean over them, as you're trying to buff them down, you lose track of where you're actually cleaning. So top tip, that was your one, that wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was good, that one.
It works actually, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Actually, we're not using tea cuts anyway.
Who said tea cut?
You did.
No, oh, tea cuts, wet and dry. Wet and dry is what I meant.
Wet and dry. I think we did say a bit earlier on, start off with the 800, then go on to the 1200 and work your way to the 2000. It's quite easy really, a little bit of embolic grease, and also a little tip, you need something to get the shape of the glass. Now, sure some of you will recognise these. They're in the battery housing box on the lid. Use those, very flexible, and they'll take to the shape of the glass. And all you got to do is wrap round your wet and dry, round it, and go to the shape. Now some people tell you, don't go backwards and forwards. It doesn't make any difference whether you go round and round or you go backwards and forwards. We've found it makes no difference whatsoever. This is the 2000 I'm using now, this is finishing it off. What you actually end up with, I don't know if that shows on there, but it ends up like that.
Did you really take it out as like a haze?
And then we'll go over that with some sort of liquid polish.
Well, no, we've been through this last week.
We've already gone through
we've done that. Yeah. Right, so all the windows have come out really good, with the exception of this one. Now, if you look at the angle we've got now, it looks absolutely spot on. It looks like brand new. But unfortunately, if we did tilt it, there we go. Right, that way. So that way. Right, here we go. We've got this in here now. This It's almost as if it's cracked right the way through.
Crazy.
What's it called?
Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, I actually spent...
You went crazy when you saw it.
I did. Must have spent at least 3 hours on that, and there's no way you're not going to get that out. If you've got that on the glass, that will not come out.
It's literally right the way through, unfortunately, which is a disappointment, because obviously try to get it on there again. There we go. The problem here is we could get new glass, but it's a new piece for this, but then obviously it's not going to match the others, and then it's trying to get an old window that will fit ours, so it's probably going to have to go on for now, and we're just going to have to keep our eye out for an old one that does fit. But it's only the one, isn't it? So we think that at some point in the life of the bubble car it's been rolled over on its side. That's what's caused this, because if you actually look in the main body itself, the main body on one side, the panel's kind of all dinted in, so that's a shame, but that's just one of those things, unfortunately. All the windows are all cleaned up now. They're looking almost like new. We actually spent 3 hours on the very back window today. Quite a lot of hard work, but it's come out really, really good. Now, the rubbers. So someone asked about the rubbers in the comments in the last video I did. So here they are. I've just had them in some hot soapy water. Give them a good scrub. Now, they're actually in fantastic condition. I'll just show you one up close. Okay, these are all, they're still quite moist, and they obviously, things like this can go brittle and hard, but these are really quite good for the age of them. Still kind of loads of flex in them. So once these are dried off, we're going to get a bit of rubber restorer on it. Obviously just to put a bit more moisture in it. And it'll be good to go. Right, so the best we'll do for our bubble car. So for our rubbers, we're going to use Rolls-Royce and Bentley rubber conditioner. One of the best rubbers in the world ever with the Rolls-Royce stuff. The weather's taking a turn for the worst. Oh no. My dad and a dog are stuck in the car. Oh no. You didn't like that, did you, dog? No. Bad timing, wasn't it? All the inside of flipping cars for themselves now. Some serious hail, that. The cow's gone back on today for a test fit. So we've been mucking around with this today. My dad's going to talk you through what we've been doing.
Yeah, today we welded in these locating pins on here. Big thanks to Paul for machining those on the lathe. Excellent. And they go into locating hole on there, like so. Pulled into place, and we're quite pleased with the fit. It's not too bad, actually. Not too bad at all. Yeah.
So the weather's been minging all week, but the sun's come out this weekend, so we spent all day yesterday doing a bit of sanding, and we put a little bit of paint on the top. So we thought, well, the weather's nice, a good opportunity to take down some of the paint, some of the rust, and sort that out on the roof. So now we're starting to get to the good weather. What we're in now, just the beginning of April. It means we can actually start doing some stuff like this now. Because as we've said quite a few times, we can only work outdoors. Yeah, looking good. Right, so we're in June now, it's June the 9th. I haven't done anything for a couple of months because we've just had a new addition to the family.
Ooh, oh, look at that grip there. That's a screwdriver grip, that is, isn't it? Hey, yes, it is. Look at that. There, get all that spanner underneath the carbon grand. I can't do it.
So I've had my hands tied. My wife hasn't let me out. But my dad's been plodding away over the past couple of months. Did a bit of filling and sanding every day, coming, doing a dint or two. And we reckon we're probably not far away from spraying now, so I'm allowed at the house maybe every now and again, now, so hopefully I'll be coming doing a bit more myself. So this side's been taken down, so it needs a bit more filler and sanding down this side, and then the driver's side is basically done. That's done a really good job with that. There's very few dings and dents in it now. It was quite bad before. So yeah. So probably the next time we'll be filming now will be when we're spraying it. You think? Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so we're not far away from that now. Also looking at the door cards there today. We're probably gonna have to go and look at some other cars to get that right. We've kind of roughly got it with cardboard, but we want to see what the others look like as well. Yeah. We really don't have a clue how to do this side, so see with the handbrake and the gear lever there. Yeah, it's kind of cutting around so it looks right, so again we'll have to go and see some other cars for that. We've been trying to decide what colour to paint the car. Basically since we got the car, we haven't been quite sure what colour to go for. So obviously there's red because that was the original colour of the car. But my dad also had two previous bubble cars which were both yellow. So he thought it would be quite nice to go for yellow again, just for kind of old time's sake. We thought it'd be quite funny. People who saw the car buzzing around the Wirral 20 odd years ago, like, oh, there's that yellow car again. So we think we made a decision, but we're not going to reveal that in this video. We're going to wait till the next video. So what do you think? Should we go for red or should we go for yellow?